Thumbs up. Okay, we are live, and welcome to Coffee with the Birds. Welcome to all of you online and in person. We have the studio audience. We were talking earlier. We're going to just call them the studio audience. Rick can show our studio audience here, but welcome to those of you online. If this is your first time, whether you're in here or online, let us know. Raise your hand if you're in the studio audience. If this is your first time, a special welcome to you in person. Maybe this is your first time in person, but is this not your first time? Have you been online before and now this is your first time in person? Excellent, excellent. And those of you who are online, let us know where you are watching from, and we'd love to hear from you and see who all is out there. Coffee with the Birds. Let me pull up my little presentation here. That's what I got to do. There we go. What is Coffee with the Birds? This is an informal time to enjoy, guess what? Coffee, pastries, birds, and community. It's those first things that bring us together and create the community, but that's the goal. Oh, we got a hairy woodpecker and another hairy woodpecker, and the goldfinches all took off. I don't know what startled them. Junko down below. Here, I got to get into the bird mode now. But what we're going to do is we're going to have an informal time of, look at that hairy woodpecker. Good job, Rick. Nice. We're going to have an informal time watching the bird feeders, identifying the birds, talking about feeding birds. You guys can ask questions, whether online or in person. Ask questions, tell stories, local bird sightings, etc. This is a time for us to just informally enjoy birds and each other. And happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for sharing your Valentine's Day with us and your love for birds, right? Yeah. So, after this session, which runs from 9:30 till about 10:20, we will stop this live stream, but we've got another live stream coming, which will be the Birding Tidbits presentation. And this today's Birding Tidbits presentation is actually is on Merlin Bird ID, the do's and don'ts of Merlin Bird ID, how to use it and how not to use it. And so at about 10:30, we're going to start that. And then after that, we'll come back in here probably about 11:15 or so for a second feeder watching session for those who are not the early birds. It's okay. I tend not to be an early bird, except for when the birds are calling. Then I get up early. So no shame. They'll come at 10:30 for the presentation and stay for the second feeder watching session. That is not live streamed. Just the first session is. So a special welcome to those of you who are online. And I cannot forget, I keep flipping the page here. Our sponsors, okay? Cannot say enough good things about our sponsors. Point of Light Media, that's Rick over here. He is providing the live stream. He has a business that records interviews with loved ones for perpetuity. And if you are interested in having records of those old stories of your parents or grandparents or yourselves to hand off to your kids, talk to Rick, because that's what Point of Light Media is. We've got Awashanong Islands Audubon Society. They've provided some money for the feed at the feeders. Friends of Ottawa County Parks is no longer, but we're still going to mention them this season because they have donated a lot of the hot drinks that are just not coffee. So hot chocolate, cider, that is from them. DeBrine Seed Store has donated prizes, and we get all of our seed from DeBrine Seed Store. So shout out to DeBrine. I know they watch. So Caleb and Ken, if you're out there, do let us know in the comments. And if you have already, my apologies, I've got two different things up on the screen, so I'll check it later. But last but not least, here's my mug. Mug Club members. This program is not possible without Mug Club members. Your membership helps to fund this program, Feeding the Birds at the Feeder, and this community growth. So thank you so much to our Mug Club members. $25 gets you your membership, and that includes a mug. And this year, it includes a pin, too. So if you have not gotten your pin, and those online, I'm going to restate this now. I stated it earlier before the live stream started to those in the audience, but next time you're at the Nature Center, show your mug if you are a member, and you will get a pin. If you have not purchased your mug yet, when you purchase it and come to pick it up here, you will get a pin with it. If you end up at the Nature Center and you forgot your mug, no worries. We can check your name off on a list. It's just easier if you got your mug and you can pridefully hold that up and say that you support Coffee with the Birds. We'd love that. So thank you for your support. Let's watch some birds, because that's what this is about. And where'd they go, Rick? We got the hairy woodpecker right here in front of us. My eyes are focusing way beyond it. I'm not even seeing the bird right in front of my nose. Hairy woodpecker on number 5. I don't know, you see that one, Rick? Hairy on 5? Oh, yeah, I guess he's angled for you. So the weather is changing. While we're waiting for the birds to show, who has noticed what this last week or two that's changed in the world of birds out there? The singing is the comment. Yes, we have the comment, the singing. What have you been hearing singing that you didn't hear at the beginning of this month or end of last month?
Owls.
Owls, okay. House finch. Cardinals, yeah. Chickadees, absolutely. There's been a lot that's been out there singing now. The woodpeckers are drumming. Listen for that. As the days get longer and we get more sunshine and a little bit of warmer temperatures, these birds start to wake up. And this is the first signs that spring is coming. It's cold out there, but it's going to be in the 40s today. So that is a sign of spring to come. When you go for a walk outside, notice the bird activity. It is coming. So I have heard the same, and I heard my first cardinal, I think it's almost 2 weeks ago now. And I was surprised. I'm like, it's already? Wow. And usually it's mid to late February when they start singing, and they are at it already. Those of you online, let us know what you've been hearing too. And I see Carl and Judy are here. Good morning from Western Park Township. Birds a little sparse this morning. Haha, maybe we've got, well, no, we're sparse too. So, we have a friendly competition here, you know, with Carl and Judy as to who can see the most. And 3 western snipe at window on the waterfront. Also sandhill cranes. Oh, snipe. Wow. Is that the new name now? Western snipe versus Wilson snipe? Did they change that name? Tell me, Carl and Judy. They are Ottawa County birder and birder number 1 and number 2. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. They're both number 1. They've seen more birds in this county than anybody else has. So they've been birding this county longer than I think I've been alive. So there's the hairy woodpecker at the feeder. He's like, I got it to my. There's a chickadee coming in at number 4 or 3. He's probably going to go to number 1. Yep. Called it. Good. Yep, they come and go. That's the drive-through bird feeding that the chickadees, titmice, nuthatches do. The woodpeckers, they dine in. We've got some juncos back behind number 8 in the tree there. We've got American tree sparrow up here above. Nuthatch, did you say? Gotcha. We got a white-breasted nuthatch climbing the tree. Wow, you guys are seeing all the birds. I feel like I'm being left out. Maybe I set myself up at the wrong spot here. On 3? Above 3. Red-breasted nuthatch above 3. I'm watching for the red-breasted nuthatch. Right next to the window? Oh, over here? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he was on number 1 and flew off. So, Rick, I'm sure you caught it. Yeah, you got 4 for 1.
And then, is it tree sparrow on the crooked branch?
There has been, I did see a tree sparrow. There's goldfinches up here by 4 on the cricket. Oh, yes, there's a tree sparrow just above number 4 and now down on the ground here by the squirrels. And there's a song sparrow over back behind number 7 on the ground. Song sparrow. Notice the real streaky breast with the spot on it. A little chunkier looking than the tree sparrow down here too. The song sparrow is a year-round resident now, more so than it was 10 years ago. They are now overwintering, and most times in good habitat they will be there, where 10, 15 years ago they were not. They were kind of a rare thing. They've been in the river out here all winter long, in the reeds and things. Tree sparrows will leave. They are a wintertime resident, and they will be leaving. And you know what's starting to happen? We're talking about birdsong. Tree sparrows are singing too. So I'll try to be listening for it here too if we hear them. It has this little tweedling, tinkling song. It's really pretty. Junco on the bridge, and just to the right of the bridge now. I'm going to look online here again. Okay. I was like, did I miss the memo on that, Carl and Judy? No, they said, oops, it's still Wilson snipe. Autocorrect maybe. We'll just write it off as autocorrect. Good morning from Oceana County. Acker Lake. Shirley is out there. Welcome. Again, if you guys have questions, bird sightings, please let us know online, in person. Anybody have a question, bird sighting, something they want to share?
Just curious, Curtis, have we seen a snowy owl this winter?
The question is, have we seen a snowy owl this winter? I have.
You have?
Yes, there are some around.
Okay.
Not a lot, but there are a few snowies around this winter. So the best places to look for them are the Coopersville farmlands, the farmlands between here and Zeeland. One was seen there recently, and I know one has been hanging out in Coopersville this year. Those are the 2 best places. I know northern Allegan County gets them oftentimes. Muskegon Wastewater, which I haven't been watching the records there, but also Kent County Airport, Ford Airport.
Oh, really?
When I flew out of there at the end of January, I was up to the window looking, and I did not see the snowy owl, but there's been a couple of them there as well. So just remember, if you're going out to look for snowy owls, you are not the only one. Respect those birds, and daytime is rest time for them, whether they are in the open or not. Respect the birds and their need for rest more than your desire for a close photo or view of those birds. Okay? Keep your distance and be respectful, because that's what we're about. We love the birds. We really want to actually put that into practice in how we treat them. So because they're kind of a rarity and a lot of people like them, whether they're considering themselves a birder or not, I have to kind of put those parameters around when I talk about snowy owls. So, and please consider how you post about it too. If you put it on Facebook and you got 1 million followers, probably not a good idea. So let's respect the bird and how we make it public or not. Goldfinches are on number 3 and number 4. We're still waiting for those redpolls to show up, right? Has anybody seen or heard of any redpoll sightings recently? Oh, we got a downy woodpecker on the screen now. Male downy woodpecker with the red on the back of the head. No redpoll sightings here? Anybody online, redpoll sightings? There have been a few sightings around in the area this winter and in this lower part of Michigan, but they haven't been real consistent. I know Pine Creek Park, Stu Visser Trails there in Holland, Park Township has had some sightings. I have not, well, okay, I take that back. I have actually seen 2 of them. I almost forgot. I was walking the dog and they flew out of the tree and called and took us, so I didn't get a real great look at them, but I did see a couple of redpolls, one Saturday morning I think it was. And that was just over in Georgetown Township, so they're around, but just not numerous. And I was hoping that maybe they would come to the feeders by this time of the year, but I have not seen them here at the feeders yet. Got a quiet bunch here this morning. Any other questions, comments? Yeah.
We seem to have a dearth of tufted titmouses, titmice. This year, we hardly had any at our theater this year. So I was wondering why. That's just us, or?
And so the question is about tufted titmouses, and you are correct, actually, that it's technically supposed to be titmouses, but that just doesn't sound right. So titmice is what we typically say, but grammatically speaking, titmouses is correct. And so you're saying you used to have a bunch, and now this year you haven't had any. There may have been some sort of a micro migration to somewhere due to food supply or something like that. Hard to say. But sometimes there are fluctuations in certain populations year to year. That's more notable in things like goldfinches that are more migratory. It's more notable in red-breasted nuthatch. We got a junco on the screen, and he's gone. You had him. You had him. The feeder number 3 seems to be where it's at right now. And we've got a downy over on feeder number 2 as well, way over. But yeah, I hope that your tufted titmouses return. They're another one that should be singing about now. Peter, 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 Peter. And the chickadee. Hey, sweetie. Sometimes they kind of blend those two last notes together. It kind of sounds like one. I've been corrected on that more than once by certain people in this room. I may or may not be looking at her. Or every time I bring up, it's, hey, sweetie. Yep, number 3. For those of you online, it's Jess. With her accomplice, Alex. So they're waving. Carl and Judy are saying, we have heard, we've had several hits on Red Pole's song on our Terra listening device, but have not been able to confirm them. We got the song sparrow back out here on, I'm just looking at the backed up, I'm looking at the non-live, like, this is also confusing. I'm looking at the live stream, but the live stream is tapered. You just had a song sparrow on there, is that correct? Well, then, I don't know. That's what's showing on my screen right now. What was I saying? Oh, red poles. The Terra listening device, more and more people are getting these devices that are kind of AI powered, and they sit outside and they listen to birdsong. It's kind of like Merlin, and there's one that's called a Puck. I can't remember the name of the company, but you just put it outside and it continually records, and it provides the data to the company on what birds are around and things. Now, there's a lot of issues with them, and the accuracy of the data and that kind of thing. But wow, right? The opportunities for, as we refine that technology, to get more data on birds and movements of birds and numbers of birds is incredible. And also, it brings bird sounds into your house. So you can listen to the bird songs outside from inside, and then you can know when that first sandhill crane flock flies over, you can run outside and see it, right? That should be happening in the next couple of weeks, I'm thinking. Usually by around the 1st of March, we're starting to get them moving through. So yes, it's almost here. It's almost here. Red-winged blackbirds, killdeer, grackles. Do you hear now?
Yep.
Black-capped chickadee. It's got 3 notes, right? Yeah, she's shaking her head no. Dee, dee, dee. It lowers it a little bit more. I'm going to argue that one to my grave, Jess. Tree sparrow right here in front of us on the snow. For those of you who were here a little earlier, apparently there was a pileated woodpecker out there. I'm just saying it apparently because I didn't see it. But if you trust our studio audience, they had a pileated woodpecker out there. I could not get on it.
You're just late to the
I was just late to the party, yeah. I've got a few things on my mind this morning. You all are sitting there drinking your coffee. I'm running around and unfair. You have a red belly?
Way in the distance.
Oh, there were two of them?
Yeah.
Yes, I see. I saw those flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yep, there's a couple of them way back. Don't worry about getting them, Rick. They're way back there, but hopefully they're coming. They're going to come in here in a little bit. We got a downy woodpecker on. Oh, see, I'm looking at the again. We need to time this out and see how that's working. There. Any other questions, comments, stories? Now is the time to share. Yes. How big of a owl is it? Pretty big? Depending on the lighting and things, it could be a barred owl. That is a little more gray. They're a little lighter colored than like a great horned owl. Great horned owl is more deep brown. Barred owl, I would consider them brown, but they could look shades of gray. Otherwise, the only gray owl that we would have around here would be the eastern screech owl, and that's why I asked size, because the eastern screech owl is real small. It's probably not much taller than my microphone here. So, yep. Who else has been hearing or seeing owls? Now, yeah, a few of you. Great horned owls should be on the nest right now. Barred owls should be starting to hoot it up right now because they're going to get ready to breed. Great horned owls have already bred and they're, like I said, on the nest. Then the barred owls come next. Was that? Yep. So Lynn here is saying that barred owls have been calling by her and that the great horns have kind of hushed up. And that often is the case when birds get onto the nest, they no longer sing a whole lot. It's the lead up to the nesting that they sing. And you'll notice even with the common birds like chickadees, in May, it can become hard to find a chickadee sometimes. Or your numbers on on an outing are a lot less because they're on a nest and they're quiet. So, but we're all distracted with those brightly colored warblers, right? Yes. The question is, have I heard anything about the eagles at the ravines? No, I have not, and I haven't been there in a little while, so I am not sure what's going on. But so this winter, they probably moved out with the icing up of the river, and they'll come back once they know that there's open water again. Because they're so dependent on fish and thus open water, if it freezes over, they've got to move. So typically, that pair and any pair in this area will stick it out through the winter as long as there's open water. And it could be that if it freezes over there, they're just moving to a local spot that's still open water. Sometimes they'll move further south, but they'll come back. This is breeding season for them right now. So right about now, Valentine's Day, is when they are doing their pre-nesting behavior, shall we say. And they should be on nest by about the 1st of March, thereabouts. So, and just so you know, coming up this spring, now it's not live yet. This is but do note this on your calendar. If you like those bald eagle walks or have never been on one and would like to go on a bald eagle walk and celebrate the bald eagles of Grand Ravines, put April 25 and 26 on your calendar. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. We're doing the bald eagle walks on 2 consecutive days and making a little celebration of it. We're going to be doing presentations about the owls for for the whole general public, and then you can register for a walk and be a part of that as well. It will have kids' activities because the Family Nature Day will be there that day. Stay tuned, but put it on your calendars, the 25th and 26th of April at Grand Ravines North at the Lodge. You'll have to register for those bald eagle walks. There'll be a small fee with that, but that tends to be a really fun walk. We're consolidating them to that date rather than end of April and then Mother's Day, because by Mother's Day the leaf out usually has gotten to the point where it's hard to see the nest anymore. So it's like, let's just do it all in one fell swoop, one weekend. There'll be 4 walks on each of those 2 dates. All right, let's see. We got a quiet bunch online here. We got 17 concurrent views, I think we've got going on there. Let's see. Yeah, what's going on with the birds? Rick, what'd you do? There was a red-breasted? They're seeing the sunshine and the warm temperatures. So typically the best bird watching at your feeders is actually in the worst of the weather, because that's when they're most dependent on it. When you've got tons of snow falling and access to their other food sources are gone and the weather is really cold and they have to eat more to stay warm, that's when you see a lot more activity at your feeders. Yeah?
I was reading an article a week or so ago that said birds tend to come to the feeder. They know when a storm is coming, and they will come there before the storm and after the storm, but actually during a really bad storm,
Sure.
they're hiding.
Yes, yes. So the comment is that they know when to come before the storm and after the storm. It probably has to do with barometric pressure or something. They do know when a storm is coming. So yes, they will prep for it. If it's long enough, then they will still come during it. But yes, if during the real harsh parts of it, then they may stay away, but then come right after it as well. But it does activate higher levels of activity at the feeders. Bad weather does. But right now, the warmer weather is activating the other critter that's at the feeders. Rick, do you want to show how many squirrels we've got here? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I count 21 squirrels. It's coffee with the squirrels today, everybody. But guess what? How many of them are on the feeders? It's a pat on the back, right? Now, we did have one on the feeder earlier today, but I chased it out. There's a chickadee. All right. Is he going to eat right in the bush here? Yeah, he's got the seed, puts it between his feet, and starts pecking away at it right up above you, Rick.
And the white-breasted nuthatch is on the tree just above 4.
Oh,
He's on 4.
on number 3. White-breasted nuthatch on number 3. He's on the backside. Thanks, Guy. Here come the goldfinches. I haven't had the blue jay. It was right away before right at about 9 o'clock or so. There was a blue jay calling, but we haven't had it since the live stream. There's another chickadee. I think he's got a peanut. Of course, he's putting his backside to you, Rick. Rick is looking at this chickadee, but it's just turning his backside up at Rick.
You had a cardinal out front.
Did you? So there was another bird sighting today here at the park that I doubt we'll get at the feeders here, but be on the lookout when you're on your way out. There was a bluebird out in the meadow this morning, and so Rick saw the bluebird, and it was sitting on the sumac berries in the frost and misty, beautiful morning, and guess what he didn't have? His camera. Sorry, Rick. National Geographic next time. Yeah. But you can just see it in your mind, right? Just that beautiful scene. It was a pretty morning this morning. Somehow I'm wondering, are these squirrels keeping the birds away even though they're not on the feeders? It's interesting.
They do.
I might just shoo them here a minute.
Well, this will be fun to watch.
What I do for all you. Shoo squirrels. Go on. Go on. Go on. Skedaddle. Yeah, there's one still like 5 feet behind. Oh, now he's running off. Okay. Let's see. This is now a scientific study. Do the birds increase at the feeders now that I've chased the squirrels off? Or how long, did anybody set a timer until they come back?
We had one black squirrel that didn't even wave.
Oh, no.
He's hiding in the tree above the waterfall.
You little stinker. He's like, haha, you can't see me. Oh, thank you. Carl and Judy here, thank you for saying this. Don't forget, this weekend is Great Backyard Bird Count. Tally on eBird through Monday. So if you use eBird this weekend, it is the Great Backyard Bird Count. You can look it up online. It's through Cornell, encouraging people to get out there and see the birds in their neighborhoods. Where it can be at your backyard, it can be at your local park, it could be at your local nature center. But make records of the birds to get into the backyard bird count. And all you need to do is make the checklist on eBird. And that runs through Monday. So make an effort to see some birds this weekend. Show some love to the birds over Valentine's. Yes?
Chickadee up here has been working on this very large nut for like 10 minutes. What do you have out there that would be that big?
Peanut.
It's a peanut.
That's Peanut. Rick, oh yeah, he's facing you now. Well, earlier it was, tails up to you.
You can see the peanut there, and it's like,
Rick is working on getting the chickadee with the peanut in view here for you. He's just sitting there real close. Did he not budge when I went out there?
No.
Just sat there? See, they know. They know. Boy, oh boy, that's the only bird I can see right now. It's a hard angle for Rick. It's like right close to the window and up. So he's working on it. What birds are you seeing where you are? Oh, hey Rick, I got a message for you. Hello, tell Rick I just saw a bluebird in our backyard. Guess who that's from? Yes, hello Anna. Thank you for joining. And thank you for letting your husband share in his love for birds and coffee with the birds on this Valentine's Day. I hope you have a chance to celebrate later. Yes?
Great Backyard Bird Count, Merlin Bird ID, and Project Feeder Watch will also give your counts.
Okay. So Project Feeder Watch and the Merlin Bird ID also will take your take your data to Great Backyard Bird Count. I know Merlin, when you're using Merlin, you can report it. There's a button that says Report on eBird, and then it takes you to the eBird app. We'll talk more about that and that interface a little later. It's a neat little feature, and it's encouraging people to report the birds they see using the tools that they have provided. So I will save my spiel on that till a little later, and those of you online will have to connect to the second live stream there. And Anna says hello and thank you. The squirrels are coming back, and the birds didn't beat them. And the chickadee flew off. Did you get him on the video at all? No. So what else? What else is on your mind? All right, yeah. Very good question. Do the folks at Great Backyard Bird Count just take the data verbatim, you know, or do they have checks and balances on people's abilities to identify certain birds and things like that? And it is B. There is a check on that. In fact, I know Caleb Putnam is the eBird reviewer for this area. And what ends up happening is they have filters on eBird. I think ultimately everything actually goes through eBird. So when you enter something on eBird and it doesn't belong, the filters say, oh, wrong time of year, too many of that particular bird, you know, 100 downy woodpeckers doesn't make sense, you know, that kind of stuff. There are filters to limits of number and range and things like that, so it catches them. And what they do before Great Backyard Bird Count is they tighten up those filters. So things like red-breasted merganser in the past has been flagged because of red-breasted versus common merganser and things. And so the normal birder that's out there all the time and knows the IDs is like, why is this getting flagged? Why is this getting flagged? Well, it's because we're having such a huge influx of newer birders out there during this weekend. So if you're e-birding, note that that's why the change, and it's for a good purpose. So deal with it for a little while, and that will help make the data better. Yes. I hear a chickadee out there. It is really quiet out here. We got goldfinches, thankfully. Well, no, so that's back in time. Again, I'm looking back in time. You got to tell me when the goldfinches are there, right? Oh, we got Canada geese flying by over there. Oh, 4 or 5 Canada geese fly by. Well, you watch. Session 2 is going to just have all the birds. I don't know what the deal is. But, hey, you all got a pileated woodpecker, so, you know. Sunrise. Started at sunrise. Start coffee with the birds at sunrise. How about it? No. Alex is saying no. We'd have to get here at 6. I'll just spend the night. Oh. Yeah, right. There's a tent, the pillows, even a little pillow campfire. Other highlights for birding events coming up. Aha. You want the inside scoop. Because guess what? This last week was my deadline to have spring and summer programs in the books. So I've been living in spring and summer for way too long already. I will note that, let me look at my calendar, because I don't have it, you know, memorized. No, but it is May 16, okay? May 16, bird banding at Ottawa Sands. Uh-huh. And the planning is not yet done. I have a meeting with Nick over there at the front desk. Wave. Guy with a big beard at the front desk waving. He's in charge of our business services, visitor business services, and kind of helps to run that facility over there. So we are having a meeting on Thursday on how to incorporate programming into the Idaho Explorers Camp and all kinds of other stuff. So, and here's Nick. Hello. That's who I'm talking about. I was just saying we have a meeting coming up. They're asking about programming coming up this spring, and I told them that the 16th of May is the date that I was able to work out for bird banding. So, yeah, make your reservations so you don't have to drive the hour. You know, stay at the Idaho Explorers Camp. September 5 is also, so we do the schedule all the way through the end of September. September 5 would be fall banding at Ottawa Sands. Wednesday bird walks are back. What else? Oh, the big day birding field trip is actually, and I did this to myself, but it was the way the schedule worked out, is on the 15th of May. So that's when we go and see as many birds in Ottawa County as we possibly can from like 7 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And then I'll turn around, go to Ottawa Sands and do some training with folks about the bird banding in preparation for Saturday morning really early, which is the bird banding event. That is the life of a birder in May. So there, write your dates on the calendar. Those are some things coming up this spring. Wednesday bird walks. We'll have some Saturday bird walks, etc. Yes, there's stuff coming, and maybe by March next month I'll have a little bit of a written up schedule that I can give you preliminarily. But those dates, at least, I want you to get a heads up on. We got a tufted titmouse on 8. There, he just flew off. And these squirrels are wrestling. They were. But yes, if I'm being a little lighter and happier today, it's probably because I met that deadline, had a day off, and then I worked yesterday to prepare for this. But you know what? I don't have that hanging over my head. It's a lot of work. But I love doing it because it hopefully benefits all of you and the rest of the community with all the programs that we've got coming. We've got a lot, so should be fun. I keep looking out here like things are going to change. There's a titmouse behind 8. We got a bird. We got a bird. Quick, quick. Watch number 8. There he is. He's on 8. Yay. Woo. Yeah, he's in the bushes back here now. You know, when I do programs, I always say I'm at the mercy of the woods. What in the world? Did you put this up on the screen? What is this? The Mug Club thing on the screen? Oh, for a second. Okay. I was like, it was slow. Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention. No, you're good. You're good. Thank you. Advertising the Mug Club online there. I don't know what I was saying. You know, when I do programs, we're at the mercy of the woods. This is not a zoo. I can't call up the birds right when you want it. And sometimes that's what happens. And, you know, this is nature. Sometimes you go for a walk and you don't hear or see something that you want to see. Sometimes you sit down at a coffee with the birds and you don't see very many birds. They're not giving us love. We're trying to show some love for you guys, and this is what we get. Oh, we got another titmouse coming in. Yeah. And down to number 1. Yeah. Peanut and gone. Yep. And the chickadee on the branch above 3. Yep, there's another titmouse on 1. Now there's a chickadee over on number 2. All right, let's go. Titmouse on 6 and off, eating the mealworms. Oh, now I hear some jabbering about birds out there. This is good. Okay, come on back. Oh, red-breasted nuthatch behind 3. Where did he go? He's on 2 and off. And he's back up in the tree here. Red-breasted nuthatch. It's going to get started, and then it's going to be time to be done. Now, we got a few minutes yet. Those ground birds are really lacking right now. I think that does have the squirrels does have an impact on that.
There were a lot of juncos on the ground earlier.
Earlier, yeah, there were more juncos, a couple of tree sparrows. And we had the song sparrow. Goldfinch, yep, we got a goldfinch coming into number 4 over here. Just sitting right up above 4. Is bound to go down to one of the 2 of those feeders. They tend to like 3 more than 4 for whatever reason. I'm putting my money on 3. Yeah, oh yeah.
They like the orange one.
It must be. Maybe it makes them look brighter and the gals like them more. You'll see there's a nice little yellow patch on the side of the wing on that bird. By next month, you'll see quite a change with these goldfinches. They'll have bright yellow patches all over their bodies. Some more than others. They change, differently from each other. But typically, that happens late winter. March is when you see these messy-looking goldfinches as they transition to their bright yellow plumage of spring. We got juncos back in the brush pile there. They're coming in. Oh yeah, so now here comes some activity. Number 3 is looking nice though. We got 3 goldfinches. It's not quite the 50 or 60 that we've had on the feeders in the past, but any other unusual bird sightings? Maybe not even in this state. Maybe you've traveled to Florida this winter, or Texas, and you saw some cool birds. We heard about the caracara, right? The Pyrrholoxia down in Texas. Yep. Black-throated sparrow. Yeah. Where was that? Also in Texas. And you're hitting the
We're in the hill country of Texas.
hill country. Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Black-throated sparrow and ash-throated flycatcher and Pyrrholoxia are 3 of the birds that stuck with me from my first trip birding down to the southwest to Big Bend National Park. That was way long ago. I'm talking 1998. Yeah, I was in college, went to Big Bend for a spring break, and those birds, stuck. It was the first time me traveling to somewhere else and seeing birds that I just were like, what? These things exist.
My sister just built a place on Lake Buchanan, and so she's on a peninsula, and so we hiked the peninsula.
Saw about 40 species in that weekend.
Yeah.
Wow. So 40 species on that small peninsula on a lake in Texas in the hill country in 2 days. Nice. Very nice. Landforms have a lot of impact on the birds that you see and the number of birds you see. And peninsulas tend to be really good concentrators. So number 3 is really getting filled with goldfinches. Now they're starting to go on to number 4. American tree sparrow back behind number 4. We haven't had the first house finch or cardinal out in the back here. Interesting. Interesting.
There was one cardinal in the front of the building before.
You can count it on your list, but for viewing out this window, we did get one that we typically don't get. That was a Canada goose. We'll take it. And the pileated woodpecker. Yep. Yeah, the red-billings haven't come into the feeders, but they were seen further back. I thought they would come in, but they have not. Downy and Hairy, both of those really good looks. Oh, something spooked them. We have been having continued visits by the Cooper's hawks, so they tend to be a little bit flighty right now. I've seen the Cooper's hawk come in several times. Yeah, unfortunately, he's got to eat too, and that has an impact on our bird viewing. But, like I say, he's got to eat too. He's a bird. We got to show him love too, right? Oh, Rick. Yeah. Rick's dad has had a Carolina wren coming to his feeder this spring, or this winter, which is pretty cool. They do tend to come into feeders in the winter. In the spring, then they don't tend to come to the feeder so much, but they'll eat suet in particular. And Carolina wren is a bird on the rise here in Ottawa County. Didn't used to be so common, hard one to get, but now there's several around in different places. It's not all that uncommon to run into them. I wouldn't say that they're common, but they have definitely put roots down here in Ottawa County. Really harsh winters tend to have an impact on their population locally. It'll go down again and then come back up with mild winters. They don't like the harsh winters, but they're pretty hardy, so they do a pretty good job surviving through. So yeah, Carolina wren. Anybody else Carolina wrens visiting feeders or hearing them? Kent County. That's okay. We'll take Kent County sightings.
Would they be around in May?
What's that?
Would they be around in May?
Yes. So they're resident birds. Wherever they are, they try to be resident. And if it's really cold, maybe they'll move out. But
I go
yep.
to a weekend in South Haven, and there's one that always pops up on my Merlin app, but I never can see it.
Yep. There's one that I go to Maplewood Lake in Jenison sometimes. It's not too far from where I live. And there's been a Carolina wren living on that wooded pathway that goes out toward Baldwin for a good while too. So I'll hear it singing sometimes. That's my go-to to find my Carolina wren. Still got to know where to go. You can run into them, sporadically, randomly sometimes too. But knowing where to go is a good way to find them. Junco here to the right of 4. We got a bunch of goldfinches back. Okay. Oh, Shirley said, I had Carolina wren feeding occasionally this winter. I love them as I am from South Carolina. Ah, nice. That is nice. I got a story to connect with you about that. So Shirley is from Oceana County, north of us. That's north of Muskegon County. And Judy is saying, Judy's sister reported Carolina wren in Rockford, Michigan. So, interesting story. I used to live in North Carolina. I was born and raised in Grand Rapids. House finch on 8. We got a house finch. 2 house finches. Oh, yeah, new species. All right. Getting excited for house finches. I'll tell this little story and then I'll wrap it up. But I lived in North Carolina for about 8 years, and Carolina wren's everywhere down there. And when we moved to Michigan and bought a house in 2008, first visit to that house, guess what? Carolina wren singing. I was like, I think it's a sign. Me coming from Carolina and that being an uncommon bird. And then we moved to another house 4 years later, another Carolina wren singing in the yard. I'm like, oh, that's it. Now I'm at our third house and no Carolina wren. The streak ended at 2. But that was kind of a fun thing to, calm my fears about a house. I'm like, it's certainly meant to be. And Pamela, I saw you come in. Welcome. Thank you for joining us in person. This is the Pamela that is talking to us online often over here from up in Newego. Right? Yeah. So good to see you here. Nebraska on the Platte for sandhill crane migration. Has anyone been to Nebraska on the Platte for sandhill? Yes, I have. So coming up here, we got sandhill crane migration. Mid to late March is a great time to go to Nebraska. You're like, what kind of crazy person are you? Grand Island to Kearney, that stretch of I-80, hundreds of thousands of sandhill cranes migrate through that funnel of an area on the Platte River. And yes, I've made numerous trips out there, but I did one in particular that was in late March, and we did the thing, the blind in the night in the evening while they come in to roost at the river and everything. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight. So if you get the chance to go, maybe you're traveling through for some spring break skiing in Colorado. Well, take a night and see the sandhill cranes there in Nebraska. Nebraska's not all that bad of a birding state, actually. Couple questions, and then we're going to wrap up.
Even closer for sandhill cranes is the Jasper Pulaski Fish and Wildlife area in Pulaski County, Indiana. We were there for fall migration.
Yes, there are some more local sites. Typically, fall migration will have good numbers around here. There's Baker Sanctuary here in Michigan that does a sandhill crane festival. We went to that one year. And then Jasper Pulaski in Indiana, there are some sites around. Nothing quite the numbers that you'll get in spring out there in Nebraska, but there are local places to go, especially in the fall, September into October, more into October now is when the numbers are up.
Well, the Kellogg one in Battle Creek.
Kellogg and Battle Creek, yep. Yep, and there have been some overwintering sandhill cranes on the Kalamazoo River just south of us. So by the river mouth area, that, I think just, if I'm not mistaken, east of the 196 bridge up in that area, I think is where they've been overwintering. So, well.
Yeah, Curtis,
Yep.
we came for coffee with the birds last week, and when we got here, we found it was not last week. But when we were driving in, right by the entrance, a sandhill crane flew over our house.
Oh, really? So we had a sandhill crane sighting last weekend when Todd came for coffee with the birds and found out it wasn't last weekend. But consolation prize was a sandhill crane flyby. That's great. That's great. They do nest on the river here. So, all right. Well, it is 10:25, so I've already gone over just a little bit here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition to the great room. I have to close up a couple things on my computer here. I'm sorry, I can't take questions a whole lot right now because I've got a bunch of things I need to do to transition to the next program. So I want to thank all of you for taking part in Coffee with the Birds, the live stream, the in-person audience here, your questions, making this hopefully a fun time that, despite the lower number of birds. But that's why I say this is about coffee. It's about donuts. It's about the birds and community. Okay? We've got all of those elements going on here, so thank you. And one last comment. Oh, yeah, I better say this one because this is from my mom. Hi to all the birders in the Nature Center. I've been watching on my iPad and enjoying the company. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy birding. She normally comes. She's been sick this week, so she's staying at home this time, and maybe she'll be back in March. And great program, Curtis and Rick from Carl and Judy. So thank you to all of you online. And I'll let you go fill up some coffee, get another donut, and meet me in the great room in just a few minutes, and I'm going to get this shut down. So thank you for joining.